Welcome back everybody to Copycat Chef. I'm your host Jason Catalano, and on this channel we look to be your guide for cooking, baking, and beverages for the busy bodybuilder. And today we have a good one. This is a beer review of the Anchor Brewing Company's Porter. So this is a highly rated beer from Anchor Brewing Company out of San Francisco, California. This is an American style porter. It's a little bit hoppier than what would be more like a Baltic type of porter. And it's mostly known for being a little bit sweeter than a stout, but it's mostly a very, very dark beer. The roasted malts really come forward. It could be either chocolatey, a little caramel, espresso. You get coffee, earthy type of flavorings typically. This one comes in at 5.6% alcohol and 209 calories. And it's got about 40 IBU, so this is a little bit of a hoppier porter than what is normal. With that, let's go ahead and give it a nice pour. Yeah, decent head. Okay. Give it a nice. Not much aroma. As you can see, it's a nice kind of rich black. And in terms of the aroma, I don't really. It's a little bit of chocolate coming through, but not actually a whole lot on the aroma. Not too much is popping through right away. Let's go ahead, giddy up. It's a very, very solid porter. It's definitely got a little bit more hoppier than a normal porter, in a good way though. I think it's interesting. It's definitely an American version of a porter where you can definitely get the hops a little bit on the forward, a little bit of the chocolate in the middle. Nice little back end. Yeah, this is a very, very solid beer. I would definitely say probably chocolate's probably more prominent. A little bit of coffee, not too much. But what distinguishes this beer, particularly as a porter, is the American style hops that come through. Just one more. Yeah, nice medium body. Pleasant. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a combination of the chocolate and the coffee kind of merging together. A little bit of an uptick at the end, possibly from the hops. Yeah, so I'd definitely say the purpose of this beer is it's a hoppier version of a porter. So if you're somebody that really likes that kind of bitter, hoppy, floral notes, everything like that, you don't really get the floral notes in this. Yeah, you don't really get the floral notes at all in this, but you definitely get the bitterness of the hops, which is interesting. It's not really sweet as a beer. It's a little dry. It's really kind of this interesting chocolate coffee kind of blend, but yeah, so the purpose to me is it's kind of a hoppier porter, American style, that really, I think, tries to hit the chocolate note, to be honest. And personally, I would say that it's definitely a very good beer. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very good beer. This is definitely one that I think Anchor did a pretty good job at. I mean, they did a really good job. This is a solid porter. I definitely think if I want a hoppier porter, this is probably the one I'm going to go to. And yeah, and I think another good thing personally is that this is probably something I could drink with a good barbecue cookout. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking like steak and a barbecue for this. I could definitely get this specifically for that. I don't know if I get a 6-pack. The Sixers are a little bit more expensive than normal, but I would definitely say that it's personally, I think it does execute. Maybe not excellent and great, but it definitely executes on the hoppy porter. The chocolate is kind of, I think, the big one. From a Pragmatic perspective, there's a lot of other porters you can get. The other one is Sierra Nevada. They have a porter that's, I would say, very, very similar to this in terms of being a little bit more of that hoppier chocolate trying to carry through, which I think for Americans are pretty good. This actually is a top 25 porter, on BeerAdvocate. It got a 92. And I could definitely see that. I'd probably give it a little bit under. I'd probably give it an 89. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably give it an 89. It's a very, very good B+. Not quite in the A's for me. I don't think the chocolate quite carries through as much as it should. The hops, I don't get that aroma of the hops as much. I think it can kind of be flat somewhere in the middle there, so it's not quite in the A category for me, but definitely very, very solid. I'm gonna give it an 89 for me personally. I think the Sierra Nevada one and this are very neck and neck, just depending on taste. Definitely try them both out. And for me, I really like this in terms of, you know, bolder cheeses, barbecue. I could definitely see this with barbecue sauce going great. If you have some nice rack of ribs, you lather them up with barbecue sauce, this is a great beer to go with that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just a very, very solid beer all the way through. I think they do execute though. So I want to make sure you guys understand they do execute on the hops, just not on the aroma. But this is definitely a porter that if I had friends that have never tried porters before, I could definitely say this is a porter that's an American style porter. Like I think it hits that classic American style, which usually is more hops. Very, very solid beer though. Very, very solid. I gotta give it, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I would definitely say try it. At least try it, especially with like barbecue though. I don't think it's a great standalone porter to be honest, but this is definitely one that I would definitely drink with a good barbecue. I really just think barbecue and barbecue sauce with this one. And, you know, maybe some chocolate cake at the end, it can really kind of give the perfect accent to it. But with that, giddy up.